Welcome back, Keepers of the Flame. Okay, let's do Leo. What's up? What's happening, Leo? Let's get into this. What are you doing? You're sticking cards to my table. Alright, what does Leo need to know for this lovely energy coming into the planets? What do we need to know? What do we need to navigate? Ooh, death at the bottom of the deck. Or priestess. Interesting. What does Leo need to know? I love these cards because they're matted and they don't slip all over the place, but at the same time they're matted so they don't slip all over the place. There it is, Spirit coming in. This was the card that Saggy ended with. This says, so in the ancient art of symbols, Spirit is the circle. Okay, so I think you just completed something. According to, I think, the last couple reads, you've been in the process of completing something. This is Spirit bringing you another message, going, okay, here's your next main goal. Okay, Earth, the Nine of Pentacles. Ooh, nice Sovereign energy. Again, I'm gonna try to show you these cards, but they're a little black, but they're beautiful. So this is Mercury in Virgo. That's happiness. That is freaking happiness. Okay. Two of Pentacles. Okay. Tossing some things out there, seeing how they come back. And then there's no reverse in this deck either, by the way. And then the King of Fire, the King of Wands. Ooh, Leo, you are in your own right now. Spirit's like, Leo, just rock it out. Just take your energy and just rock it out. Nice. Okay, so in the roots of your read, you have the Four of Fire. Ooh, celebration. Venus in Aries. Interesting. And then the Five of Cups. Mars in Scorpio. It's okay to spill a little wine at your party. It's okay. And then you have the Six of Fire. The Six of Wands. Ooh. I think this is more or less you making a splash. This doesn't, like the Five of Cups here, I know everybody's like, "Aw." No, this isn't. No. Not with this read. This is more or less you saying, it feels like you know you have the spotlight here, and you know you're setting a premise for what you put out into the ethos. Leo, whatever it is you got rocking, you're rocking it. So it feels like you're starting to understand that what you put out, it comes back and is reflected, right? So when you can understand how those energies are working for you, you step into your own power and you just rock it. And then it feels like your main goal is to invite people through this portal. Because that's what this is. This is a portal. The Four of Wands is like a portal to another, to your new little adventure here. Your next cycle of life, or whatever you want to call it. So I feel like you're just telling people, yeah, you're going to have to spill some cups. You're going to have to explore your emotions. You're going to have to deal with the fact that those emotions that you left stagnant in those glasses can't even be consumed. And they just need to be dumped out. Okay, and then this is you being celebrated for setting that example. Okay, Leo, do it. Go for it. I'm all for it. Whatever that emotional BS crap is that needs to be spilled there. I think it's just you taking your spotlight, your sovereignty here, stepping into that King of Wands. And again, like, we misinterpret so often what that desire means, what that magnetism is for, what that spotlight is supposed to be used for. It's not for your own gratification, although that oftentimes comes with it, and there's nothing wrong with indulging in that. But there's a greater thing that you have in your root system here that has like some sort of, yes, you want the spotlight, but it's like, this feels like you're reaching through the portal and being like, come, let me show you what I can do. And it's like you're setting you're setting the stage. You're setting the premise for what's happening here. And it's like it feels like you're on a stage and you're just kicking cups over. And be like, see? Ha! What are you going to do about it? Nothing. You're going to sit there and be like, yep, this is me. Kicking my emotions over that are no longer serving me. Boo fucking who. And then it's like, I don't know. It's not necessarily the careless rock star who's trying to cause a muck. I'm not going full like, what's his face? This isn't like an Axl move. I'm trying to get a rock star that has more of a... This is more like an Ozzy move. Like, this is shocking, but he's got a point. You gotta listen to his words. You know what I'm saying? This is kind of the feeling of the read. So, let's just delve into that. Okay. Maybe that was the worst analogy that I could have possibly come up with. I'm sorry. That's Leo. It's sorry. It's the only thing I kept. It's it's not even Ozzy that's in my mind. It's just some random dude on a stage kicking over cups. And maybe you need to write some lyrics on this. Maybe you need to put a tune together. Maybe that's why I'm getting rock star energy from this, because it's just, that's what it feels like. 0 fucks. Okay. Interesting. All right. Let's get this. A spiritual quest for Leo here. Kicking over cups. What's going on? The Son of Wands. Yeah, well, we knew that. There's your portal again. 3 of Wands. You know exactly what you need to do, exactly how you need to do it, what it needs to look like, how it needs to go. And there's your portal again. I feel like the deck is like, lady, we already told you. Did you not listen the first time? They did this in the last read too. All right, I'm just clarifying for you guys. So, all right, let's get the roots of the read clarified then. Jeez. What does Leo need to know about clarifying the roots of the read? 2 of Cups. 2 of Cups. So, now, in traditional tarot, it means, coming together. So, I'm going to give you that breakdown. Ready, set, grow. So there's 2 little cuppies in your brains, and they hold these things called amygdalas. And amygdala is the Latin word for almonds. So almonds have the highest nutrient of what? Magnesium. What does magnesium do in the body? It's the transmitter. It's the busing system that takes all the nutrients, minerals, and whatnot, information that you're ingesting from like the outside sources. So it's sending the messages. It's receiving in those little cups in your brain. I know, lady, medical person studying. So you have those 2 amygdalas, right? Your little almonds that are taking it back in those devil horns, right? They got the devil horns that come up and feed into the seat of God, the Eye of Horus, the lizard brain, whatever the hell you want to call it, right? And that's the seat of God. And what's right below that is the tunnel that feeds into your spinal fluid, your spinal column, the fluid, the medulla, the pyramids, and the olive. I did a video on this yesterday. Okay. That's the whole system, okay, as a whole. Flooding your system with whatever this is here. So I feel like this 2 of Cups, or this this three, so when we have the Five of Cups, okay, traditionally in the tarot, the Five of Cups is the three cups are spilled and somebody's crying over them, but they're ignoring the two cups that are still full. God, I hope you can follow me on this one. So the two cups are sending you messages. They're sending you messages through your brain on what you were supposed to learn from those three spilled cups. Okay, so whatever those, like, these little amygdalas are trying to tell you, your little cuppies in your brain are trying to send through your crystal fluid, your Christ consciousness to flood your system with, is gonna bring you some sort of validation, some sort of like celebration, victory, something here. Okay, now this could be like, I don't know, whatever it is for you. I don't feel like there's a situation here. I feel like you've completed the process and now you've been given a task by spirit, and this has something to do with the task that you're being given. I cannot dictate that for you. That's a big freaking no-no. Anybody who's going to do that is don't let them do that. But it has something to do with the messages that you learned from this previous pattern before this reading started. Okay, so I feel like this is going to have something to do with you learning about whatever situation you're going through, whether it be with a partner, with a situation, a value structure, a career, job, friendship structures, community, whatever it is for you, that these like little signals are being sent through, and there's a lesson that's in your root system that just needs to come to fruition. So whatever is running through your root system right now is a very valuable lesson that's going to bring you some sort of attention, accolades here. You're going to be celebrated for understanding this process and bringing it to the surface. How that looks for you, I have no idea. It's totally up for you to decide. But I'll get an oracle card. Let's do the earth magic and see what's up. What is Leo? We can't have half the deck. What does this one say? Clouds, shape-shifting. Okay. Dawn. Okay, let's see. We'll take clouds and dawn. Just, no. Okay. I read 3 for the last one. We got 12 minutes. All right. Shape-shifting, dawn, clouds, shape-shifting, dawn, new beginnings, and rainbow blessings. All right. That's, yeah. All right. Fine. Clouds. Ready, set, grow. When tiny droplets of water or frozen crystals are surrounded by billions of other droplets or crystals, a cloud is formed. Each of these tiny droplets diffuse and scatter light so that the tops of the clouds are white and then fade to gray towards the base. The nature of the cloud formations affect our mood as well as the temperature on the ground and in the air. Their shape, movement, and coloration tell us what weather to expect in the near future, and they nourish our visual hunger during breathtaking sunrises and sunsets. Most of us have had an opportunity at one time or another to notice the shapes and forms clouds take as they drift gently or boldly across the sky, constantly shifting and changing, adjusting themselves to the requirements of their nature. When we take time to simply observe, we can see the cloud people, images that are an elegant collaboration between nature and our imagination. In both subtle and more dramatic ways, you can shapeshift by your choice of clothing, hairstyle, adornments, and even mannerisms such as facial expression, gestures, and the way you walk. By adjusting these along with your internal attitude, you can actually display different personas. When you experiment with these variations of self-expression that are not how you ordinarily present yourself. Others will react to you depending on the degree of which your persona contracts with the one they are most familiar with. Be like the clouds as you try out different forms, stretching your limits at times, willing to move and adjust as necessary. Lift your head up, square your shoulders, and stand tall such that your chest and heart are open to the world. And note how this feels. You may feel vulnerable at first, but stay with it. Then let your shoulders fall forward slightly. Pull your chest inward an inch or two, and let your head drop a little. Observe how this feels. Experiment with contracting your aura, quote unquote, your energy field, and then expand it as far as you comfortably can. By this kind of shape shifting, you can consciously choose your expression into the world. Just remember who you are at the core. Okay, so if you have problems like visualizing how that looks when we're talking about auras and whatnot, you can go to the Heart Math Institute and they have good visualizations, kind of explore the site to see how that palpitation, that beating of the heart, just like hammering on a drum, puts out frequency, energy, vibration into the universe. Okay, so that 6-foot rule was not for naught. Not for naught. Anyway, so remembering that you have a frequency, energy, vibration, and aura that you put out naturally. You just do. You don't get to escape it. You can deny it all you like, but you don't get to escape it. So whatever you're receiving, if you want to change what you're receiving, change what you're outputting, if that makes sense. So, and the 2 cuppies have a lot to do with that. Okay? So whatever you're receiving in your environment is going to reflect on how you are. So if you can stand up like this, you're going to get pushback if you're in a trauma environment, because nobody wants you empowered in a trauma environment. Okay? So learn that that is going to be the systematic shape-shifting way of modality moving forward for you through this, whatever it is. Okay? So experiment with it, figure out which one works best for you, and maybe put yourself into the environment where you can facilitate that way of existence. Okay? Done. New beginnings. Speaking of which, new beginnings. Okay. Different modality. And it doesn't have to be drastic. You can pick and choose whatever. What incarnation? There it is. Okay. New beginnings. The start of the day brings with it reassurance that the night has passed, making way for new opportunities no matter what has come before. It reminds us of the predictability of the daily cycles, that which first light that forecasts the sun's appearance awakens the winged ones who sing and chirp happily at the event of another morning. It is the time of fresh beginnings from which we can create whatever kind of experience we desire. In this image, we see the rays of the sun stretching into the valley, while the sun itself peeks around the corner as if it had set its course to proceed around the bend in the river, which appears relatively still from its rest during the night. This scene exemplifies renewal and new beginnings. When you witness the initial stages of dawn without the benefit of a clock or other timepiece, for a while you may not be able to discern whether the sky is really lightening. The stars may remain visible and shadows of the night may shape the landscape. It is that way with any beginning. It is difficult to tell where the old ends and the new begins. Gradually, however, it becomes clear to your senses that the light definitely is increasing. And as you continue to observe, the world slowly wakes up, accompanied by all the sounds, smells, and freshness associated with it. Soon the first glimmer of the sun shows. A new day has begun. It is a time to say farewell to the old and honor the new by releasing any self-imposed constraints or resistance to the truth that you know. This is your chance to develop that project you've been thinking about. Embark on that adventure that you are dreaming of going on, and take risks in initiating what intuitive self has been telling you. As this project or prospect becomes increasingly visible and real, doubts and uncertainties may arise, but rest assured, just as the dawn inevitably turns into day, by heeding your inner guidance, you will succeed. All right, rainbow. Rain is created by the collaboration of sunlight and water in the atmosphere. You just had clouds and dawn, sunlight and rain. The water droplets become tiny prisms that collectively diffuse and disperse light into the ribbon of colors that is the essence of every hue we're capable of perceiving on this planet. Rainbows symbolize many things, including good luck, a bridge to heaven, and abundance. It is difficult for any of us to ignore the majesty of a rainbow and the gentle power inherent in its display. It's such a simple blending of the elements coming together in perfection, visually harmonizing to create one of the most beautiful sights in all creation. Although there are diverse meanings attributed to the sight of a rainbow, its common thread is that it offers blessings. The artist of this image created this rainbow to commemorate a friend who had just died. She worked on it whenever she felt her love and appreciation for her friend, the blessings he brought to the world and her life, often after the spell of a tearful grief. The storm has passed, and it is now time to enjoy the refreshing beauty of the cycle. Even though it has been difficult to appreciate any sense of purposefulness in what you have endured lately, you can now, as they say, count your blessings. Do not just look at the brighter side, quote unquote, adhering to some academic mantra that has no heart or depth, but go do so slowly with genuine gratitude that is expressed up close and personal. This evolving process of life itself has a blessing, an opportunity to exist as a human being on earth. The planet is a beautiful garden, even if it does not always appear to be so. Sometimes it is only when you look back at a memory of experience that you can truly see the blessings that have come from them. Bless your difficult or painful experiences and let them go. I don't feel like I need to elaborate on that, Leo. All right, have a gorgeous rest of your week. Until next time, keep your flame.